you'd like to go fast, go alone. If you'd like to go far, go together.
You have to stay up to date, otherwise you will be outdated sooner than you think you will be. The iron that works will never get rusty.
Every company, especially slot provider, you're thinking only about B2B part of the marketing, but people forgetting about players who play in these games and who like playing as a community.
There is no hopeless situation, there are hopeless people. You have to be present on all the spheres possible. If you are not, you will be forgotten sooner than you think.
People in our industry focusing only on our industry. They are not taking so many feedbacks and so many stuff from other industries which can be related to our. Welcome to the next episode of Evoplay Podcast. Here, iGaming industry leaders share their insights. Today's guest is Barb Tasci, an expert with 10 years in digital marketing and co-founder and chief business officer in Revpanda, an award-winning iGaming agency. Welcome one more time to Evoplay Podcast. And the very first question that I have for you is about your experience, right? You have an extensive experience in digital marketing, particularly in content marketing and SEO. So could you please share me a bit of your career path and what led you to co-found Revpanda?
That's actually quite a good question, Igor. That makes me think a lot from the past because I time to time forget about those days. And it's a good reminder. Back in the day, I was a student doing freelance jobs. That included doing some, I was a photographer one day, the next day I'm a videographer, the next day I'm a bartender, and at the meantime I'm a translator and content writer for some companies. And during those days, I used to work for some agency as a contractor and writing SEO-friendly content for those clinics in Turkey. You know, the health tourism industry is very big in Turkey, and I was helping them with SEO-friendly content in English. There was quite a big demand on that. I could carry out a hair transplant operation despite the fact that I never did anything in that particular field, right? I read that much, I wrote that much. And on the other hand, I was doing the similar works for the travel agencies, like the Lufthansa in Turkey, let's say. It wasn't Lufthansa, but it was another airlines that I was working for. I was writing their blog, and that actually, coincidentally, I was talking to Emre, our CEO, who is also my first friend in the university. It's been 11 years now. We were friends from the university, right? And he knew that I was doing it for a living, and he said, I have this idea. And purely by chance, I moved to Riga as well, where he lives. And then we start talking about it a bit more, and suddenly it becomes the reality of our life. And suddenly we found ourselves here, you know. It was I was just doing something. A friend of mine offered me some idea, proposed an idea to me. It sounded very logical. And even after that, I decided to move to the place where he lives. And as we see each other on a daily basis, the ideas flourished, and the result happened as Revpanda.
Awesome. And I guess you, let's say, have struggled a lot, and you faced a lot of different hard choices and hard decisions that you have made. I mean, why didn't you stop on the way to success with Revpanda? I mean, what was inside you that gave you this power and empower you to move forward?
To be honest, I don't really know yet the answer. The reason for that is, I thought about it a few times, and to be honest, we guys are lucky. At this point, we are in a very entertaining industry for the people who work in that. Especially when you are young, you are looking for the coolest job ever, to work in. That's why when you're in university, it's cool to work at bars. That's why also iGaming is one of those industries. It's cool to be around. And I mean, I didn't have that moment where I said, okay, I should leave or something. I mean, thank God we didn't be in that many big situations, that many critical situations where we are challenged to death, quote unquote. But in my opinion, I kept going because that's what we are good at. That's what we are. That's where we found ourselves as well, like where we established ourselves.
How this friendship and partnership is important to be successful. I mean, you can do it as a solopreneur, right? Like nowadays it's really popular, or you can find the right partner or group of partners, and they can speed up you, they can help you with some challenges, they can help you to grow this business. I mean, what level of importance you have when you're talking about partner and you're talking about to be like entrepreneur?
In my opinion, solopreneurship would not work in our business, not at all, because you need some people from the get-go to be with you and carry the load when you're carrying your path. I mean, in the end, friendship is also something that you develop in time as well. Like we are not the same friends we were 10 years ago. And when we started, when we ventured into the industry, first of all, I was a newbie, and the guys with me were not, and I was learning from them all the time. Like
No, that's good.
the industry, like how the industry works, how the affiliate industry works, how SEO in this industry works, how content is done in this industry, because I was an outsider. And when you have a friend who gives you a hand all the time, it's something you have to appreciate. And on the other hand, when you appreciate it, you also contribute more than anyone else could, because there's an emotional investment in the project as well. And you said friendship, yeah. When you're also very good friends, like you spend every day together, you do brainstorming, you do think about the projects you are building, the system, the funnels, everything from A to Z, and you become more relevant to the thing. And it's good to have someone who challenges your idea, your approach, and who helps you to escalate the operational skills and get better returns as a whole group, as a company. That's why I think it's really important to have reliable partnership, reliable friends, and just holding very tight on those, because that's the ultimate challenge. You have to rely on people. You have to trust people that you are working with, and you should always count them in for their opinions as well. If that was not a partnership, if that was no friendship, I think we wouldn't have come to this far with this scale.
Yeah, I mean, we have this quote that if you'd like to go fast, go alone. If you'd like to go far, go together. Something like that. And I mean, it's obvious, because even if you feeling that you can't contribute for 100 and let's say for 90%, right? How you can do? You know that you have a support from your partner, from your friend, even from your family, just to feel yourself high. And I'm talking right now not about any substances, but about this really clean feeling of highness, that you can do everything because you have team, because you have support, because you have someone who really care about you. And it's not about only money or something like that. It's way higher and way bigger than that.
To be honest, I completely agree with you, and I want to add that. I mean, like I said, it was quite a long time ago. Like looking back, it was just a blink of an eye, maybe. But it's been quite a while. And back in the day when we were sharing the flat, together. Like we were watching movies, we were going to drink after work. We were, I don't know, doing all the boys stuff on our own, right? And even from that point of that point onwards, I was aware of one thing. This is a story. We are living a story that we are going to tell to our children, our grandkids, whomever we will be able to, right? And everybody has a good story. And to be honest, the most romantic stories, in my opinion, are when friends are going on something, going through some stories, having some things together, and having those moments, appreciation and growing together. And time to time I detached from it, but now I feel like that's completely it's like that's all it's about. It's not about the money for sure. It's not about the entertainment. I mean, they all contributed to ourselves. They all contributed to ourselves, but it's to be honest, like maybe 10% of it. The other part is just us growing up as boys from Turkey, just doing something on their own and becoming the people, that provides opportunities to other people as well, and doing some cool stuff on their own.
Mm-hmm. And you did a great job, to be honest. I mean,
I appreciate it.
let's just jump into these lessons that you learned during the way, right? Because I mean, you have some lessons for sure that you just wanna put into your memory and using it in the future, giving it to your children, to your grandies, and so on. Do you have something particular that you learned or achieved during these 10 years of entrepreneurs, partnerships that you can share with audience with me today? Like 2, 3 things, which is like the main points for you.
To be honest, I don't have any recipe that I can share straight away. And in my opinion, I personally have a lot to go to be let's say, the go-to person to speak about that subject. But all I can say is we have to stay up to date all the time. The world is changing even faster than ever. Like every day, something new coming in. Like AI came in like in 2 years, and every month there's a new tool coming in, new AI development is coming, new things is coming. Like AI search is becoming a thing. I don't know, AI content was a thing, now it's not, and it's all like becoming an orbit itself, and you have to be relevant to that thing, and you have to learn about it. Like if you are in a part of the industry, any industry, you have to stay up to date. Otherwise, you will be outdated sooner than you think you will be. That's I think the most important thing. We should always spend some time ourselves to learn more about whatever we are doing, whatever is happening on the world. Not only politically or economically, but also like a business point of view and technological development point of view, and learn from it as much as possible, because we have to be like a book 11, we have to adapt. That's the only lesson I heard, only lesson I got from my experience so far.
I mean, can we summarize that you have to be open-minded and you have to be flexible and make as many steps as you have to do, and don't stop during the way.
Don't stop. Never stop. Never stop.
Awesome.
You will get, we have a saying in Turkish, the iron that works will never get rusty.
Awesome. So I would like to jump a bit into our beautiful industry and ask you one question about, you spoke with a lot of operators, providers, like all of the players in the game, let's say. Do you see any common challenges that companies facing with digital marketing right now?
Yeah, I think there are. I still think that our industry is too young to establish some understandings of marketing, like methodology wise and style wise. But let's say we have we have two main pillars, like providers, three providers. That could be game provider, payment provider, or a software provider, brands, and affiliates. We have basically three legs of the industry. And when it comes to the operators, it's very, very saturated, the B2C market. And they rely on the traditional affiliate marketing so much. I mean, like I will find an SEO affiliate, I will get listing there, they will send me some players, there will be some, I don't know, CPA deal, maybe flat fees, maybe revenue share. And obviously there is almost never a mutual trust between affiliates and operators. That's also becoming an issue that I see. And that's why everybody tries to get a way to find a way to get a bit more from the deal that they are making. However, as the market is very saturated, operators are they have to invest higher than before. Always the CPAs are rising, the flat fees are rising, the overall you have to invest more to get players, and they have to, in my opinion, get a bit more to themselves because they should find alternative ways. That could be more in public, maybe some public roles they can take, or maybe they can take alternative advertisement opportunities that are maybe a bit more indirect, but still deliver result, such as programmatic advertising, for instance. On the other hand, they should focus more on their retention and retargeting way more aggressively, in my opinion, because they pay a lot of money to acquire those people, but they don't take care of them. So they are just churning their budget on endless acquisition campaigns and not retaining their those players that are coming, and in the end having a heftily negative ROI on their end.
That's right. Yeah.
When it comes to the affiliates, in my opinion, they are getting a bit more frustrated these days because we have gone through a Google update recently, and Google is exactly doing the opposite of whatever it preached to be. Like it always says, be a nice guy, go to university and those kind of stuff, that kind of approach, just do white hat SEO, and you will have some good traffic. That's what they promised to all the webmasters and all the people in the SEO sphere. However, with every update, especially during the last 2 years, we are seeing something called parasite SEO, even more aggressive, and basically ruining all the investments affiliates are making. And that's where their challenge is. Will Google change this? We don't know. We expect it to be that way because otherwise nobody will trust Google anymore. Even the users are leaning towards ChatGPT search more than Google. So especially when the search results are that manipulated and not accurate anymore. So Google has to take action, and affiliates at the meantime are just losing quite a big money on their investments. That's their biggest challenge as SEO affiliates. Providers, to be honest, that's a bit of a blind spot for me. I watch what you guys are doing, in terms of especially on the B2B spheres where events are held. I see that providers are the best booths all the time. They are the most attractive ones. On the spots, they are always, somehow engage with you. On the online, I still think it's not as active as it could be.
As it should be, as it have to be honest, yeah.
I mean, after a while, it will be a game of relevance, and in the game of relevance, you have to be present on all the spheres possible. If you are not, you will be forgotten sooner than you think.
That's right. I can just add a bit about provider side. Some of the providers, they forget about that you have this not only operator in this kind of business, but you have other players in the game that you have to deal with. Yeah, because okay, players are playing through huge marketplace of games, right? And you have to be really valid in this kind of space to be interesting for players. But we have aggregators platform who pushing your games through some of the operators who have their own casinos. We have affiliates, media buyers. We have different type of marketing companies, legal companies, regulators, and so on. And you have to be efficient with working with them as well. And that's why some of the companies are struggling because they forgetting that they have different line of communication and line of partnerships with other players. And if we're talking about, let's say, working only with B2C, I mean, with operators, they forget that they working not with operator, but they work with player who play in their game, and they have to be attractive. That's why it's a bit obvious that companies like Evoplay has to think about community around provider. They have to think how to deal with that. They have to think how to build up that. This is something that gonna give us and give other providers really huge benefit in the future. In a long-term game, it's gonna help so much because even if some products you can test it with the reliable audience. If you have some new business, you can test it the same way. And in this way, you're gonna be like unstoppable and unbeatable because you have not only product, you have an audience who stay behind this product and really love it and really see it as the culture, not as just one more regular product on the market. And this is the case. This is why some of the providers are struggling with reaching big numbers, reaching big partners, because they thinking only like linear and don't look at the full picture on that.
So you were thinking that the B2B providers, especially game providers, should lean towards B2C community building in the future, or?
Yeah, I mean, they had to do it yesterday, to be honest. It's gonna be the fundament of every company, to be honest, because when you're starting to build a company, especially slot provider, you're thinking only about B2B part of the marketing and B2B part of building community, right? Operators, platforms, and so on. But people forgetting about players who play in these games and who like playing as a community, right? And this is something that can give you, like I said, huge benefit in the future. And from the very beginning of how you set up a company, how you launch in a company, how you launch in a product, because it's gonna grow in the same way as you build the business.
100%, yeah. But maybe they don't know how to do it. That could also be the reason, maybe?
It's their problem, no? This is our advantage, right? We have so many ways how to build a community from other industries, right? That we can learn, we can see, we can use it as a benchmark and so on. Because also, which is the big problem I see in our industry, that people in our industry focusing only on our industry. They are not taking so many feedbacks and so many stuff from other industries, which can be related to which can be new for our industry, which can be set up in a different way, but it's gonna be like top performer from all of the channels that you have in your marketing strategy.
It's actually quite similar to what I said for the operators challenges a few minutes ago. Like they are just going through the methods that have been in the markets, right? Like they do not go any other place because the big names are using those methods.
That's right.
I'm reading I read the Bezos letters. The author breaks down the fundamental lessons for business ventures. And in Amazon, what I learned is they are encouraging doing smart mistakes. Like they're always betting on bold ideas. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like 1 out of 10 works.
Yes,
and that becomes Kindle. that becomes Amazon Web Services, like
Yeah.
those kind of things.
So,
But I definitely agree with you. Our industry holds very, very, it hosts very smart people.
that's right.
I really think, not only marketing wise, but also technical wise, we have some of the best in their field. But at the same time, we are like too fast paced, and we want to get the ROI so fast as industry. Like we want to invest and we want to get it back immediately if possible. And that's actually doesn't doesn't leave enough room for enough room for doing some research and development, some experiments, some innovations. We just have them by the name right now. We are not having them exactly in practice. I think with community building, maybe that things could change because you have to adapt to B2C a bit more. But like you said, nobody is seem to willing to do it actually.
I mean, we have some of the companies that are doing that right now, but as I said before, you really want to use their use cases, the best stuff they did. You want to use it, but you want to build your own way to or your own path how to do that because this is gonna be a success story.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But don't you think that the community building will make the game provider an affiliate in the long run?
Of course, and I mean, from my perspective of view, operators and game providers and affiliates, this is like a triple W, like triple win when they work together. Because in this case, everyone has this doubled winning, I say it in the team, because you have two offers for operator and for affiliate as the provider. After that, as the affiliate, you have two offers for casino and for provider as well. As the casino, you have two offers for affiliate and for provider as well. And this is like, you see, this is triangle when everyone has two type of winnings. And this is really has to be close communication between these three types of partners. And this is something that not were created, but something which I started to see 2 years ago, how it can be. And right now I see it's one of the main strategy point for Evoplay, especially for Evoplay, to build up such a partnership with all of the players of the iGaming industry, not just with platforms or just with casino sites, right? Because in this way, as I said before, you will have so many partners and so many power to do something, so many resources to do something that you will not be able to struggle with that. But when we're talking about such a thing, what keeps you motivated during the day? Do you have some habits? Do you have some routine that feed you to keep energized, motivated, and doing all of the stuff that you're doing during the day?
To be honest, I'm no different than an ordinary person that in the office. I do not have anything that keeps me that fuels me straight away. I don't do ice plunges 5 in the morning or just early morning running clubs. I don't do those things. There are people who have way bigger, way stronger discipline than I have, so that they can do it. But for me, it's relatively simple. Ever since we started Revpanda, I have the same feeling. I'm a high school boy coming to the school to hang out with his friends. I really have the same motivation almost every day. I come here and we try to, we try to brainstorm about everything. And I try to involve everyone in the process, talk about it. I ask your opinion. I ask salespeople, for instance, why we are not selling more or why we are having this problem. I go to SEO team. Why do you think we are not doing this? Why do you think this is not working? Or how we can make it happen? What could be the roadmap? And not only critically, not only excuse generation, but also keeping them more engaged within the process. I say, let's say, if you imagine if you are doing, I don't know, SEO for us, and I would be asking you straight away, do you think there's a better way to generate more traffic instead of just pointing finger why our traffic is not increasing or something? And these kind of things, motivation point of view, I really feel that maybe it's a part of my culture, my genetics, because Turkish people are quite community oriented. And maybe like when I see that people who started with us getting empowered, it really motivates me. Like
That's right. Yeah.
like people are making their own decisions, they are growing within the industry, they are critically thinking about our business, about our approach. These kind of things are always making me motivated. On the other hand, personally, to be honest, I just try to take care of my sleep as much as possible. That's the only thing I take care of. In my personal time, I do whatever I mostly feel like. I do my regular gyms, regular trainings. I do play chess quite often. But on the other hand, I try to spend as much time as possible with people I love, I care about, because I think those are the moments that we are living for, personally. And other than that, I try to, I mean, it sounds cliche, but I try to learn new stuff, trying to stay active in the learning path, because the day you stop learning, in my opinion, you start getting old. And I try to get old as late as possible, not so early.
I see you as a good leader for your team, to be honest, because you're talking about empowering people, you're talking about respect their mistakes, and you're talking about respect their choices as the part of the job that they are doing. And for them, it's starting not to be as the job, as a daily routine. They waking at 9 and going home at 5. They thinking that they are, and not thinking, they actually are part of the company. They are part of the everything, right?
Yeah.
And this is something which good leaders do, to be honest. I mean, I see that, and you, for me,
Thank you very
when you're
much.
talking about that, I see that you're not like just talking about that. You know, I see that you feel that and you're doing that, and I really respect that.
I appreciate it. To be honest, there is no other way to grow, in my opinion. I mean, like you said earlier, in the beginning, you cannot do solopreneur. You cannot be solopreneur in this, and you cannot be the only driving person, because it has too many fronts, and everybody should share the vision and dedication, a little bit of dedication that you have. They may not be as dedicated as you are. They may not be thinking as clearly as you are, as big as you are, because they are entitled to do other things. But when they are doing it, at least if you can help them to be aware of some other stuff, that will contribute to the common good, in my opinion. But I appreciate the kind words. That's really nice to hear.
And Barb, the last question, it's like the tradition for our podcast. I'm getting one quote from every guest that has significantly or in some other way influenced their personal and professional life. So if you can share with me and explain its significance for you, I will really appreciate that.
That's the hardest one, if I have to be honest. Because there are too many, and when somebody asks you this, you forget about all of them. You know, suddenly my mind got a blank page. But if I have to pick a few, I don't know which one is the best, to be honest. There was one from the founder of Turkish Republic, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, who said, "There is no hopeless situation. There are hopeless people." He says
That's right.
I really like this one. The other one, I think it's anonymous, but it's quite a common one. Nobody's gonna save you. You have to do something. You have to you have to have that thing tickling you inside to do something with whatever bothers you. Like I don't like, let's say, I don't like my shape, my body shape. I go to gym. I don't like my financial situation. I find alternative works. I try to generate more income. Or I don't like where I live. I just search for places to. I just search for places to live with better standards, maybe. And the last thing I would say, it's from Michael Jordan. I don't remember the number, but he says I missed hundreds of game-winning shots. I missed that many free throws. I don't know, that many shots. But in the end, I won because I kept trying. So that's also should be the motto. In the end, we should just keep going. In the end, we should just keep trying, because every try is a better try than the previous one, and every better try will make us more. It will put us in a better situation. And those are the ones that I could pick out at the top of my head. If I keep digging, probably I'll find more. But you can pick whatever the one you like, and you can use it.
We will pick
as you wish.
three of them. I have, I have told that this is the best final for our podcast today. So let's keep with this Michael Jordan quote and all of the other that you said. And thank you for being today with me. I really appreciate your time and really respect you as a leader. And really hope to see you soon.